Good morning. This is the Opie and Anthony Show. The O&A virus spreading across America. It's a bit colder in Chicago this morning.
Oh, in more ways than one. Let me say. Hold on.
It's a bit colder in Chicago.
Just throwing a little
morning.
sound effect in. Sorry.
Chicago, give us a call, will you? We want to hear from you this morning. Well, we got lots to do today.
Oh, certainly do.
God,
I don't know how we'll do it. You know, we might have to make some adjustments as to how we do it, but...
What are you talking about?
Well, Opie, I'm just talking about a little list I have here in front of me.
Opie Sports Curse Tyrus Fat, Ants Vista video, first black Super Bowl loser, deaf girls equal nymphs. We will get to all this stuff on today's Opie and Anthony Show.
Yeah, it was supposed to stretch out for like 20 minutes.
Oh, that part is supposed to stretch out for 20 minutes?
I would assume.
Oh, boy.
The first 30 minutes of the show should be... Yeah. Holy aggravated.
I love it.
By the way, clear your calendar. You'll get your effing meeting on Wednesday. Me and Opie, Wednesday meeting.
Wednesday, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of panicky Pete's around the Opie and Anthony Show.
Holy mother of God.
It's kind of strange. How do we say this? Well, we're on regular radio, and we're also on XM satellite radio at the same time. The bosses at XM satellite radio love us. We can't do no wrong over there.
Not great.
Some research came out. I don't know what I'm allowed to say, but beyond happy.
Yeah.
The latest research at XM, as far as the Opie and Anthony Show goes, they are beyond happy.
Apparently they did a lot of research that had to do with people's satisfaction with listening, how they react to certain aspects of the show, like when we mention products and things like that, if they go out and actually, buy the products. Just listening habits of the program. And then here on our FM station in New York City, our flagship station, if you will, we get a little list.
And here's the problem. XM did a survey that they did, I think, 3 days ago. So it's the current information. And, regular radio, free FM here in New York, I would bet a lot of money they didn't do any research. Steve had to go, I guess it was Friday? Yeah. Friday, and meet with our program director here in New York City, John Minelli. And we knew he was going, so we sent him a little list of our own of things that we kind of need here to succeed, and things that we're curious that we don't see around this station. Just, normal things that any radio station would do. One example was the fact that we would like to see what happened to the radio station like van and the guy that would go out with all the WOW stickers and T-shirts. And, when you have a place like New York City, one of the major hubs of the free world. There's usually something going on here in the city, right? Pretty much the center of Rome. Yeah. This is Rome. Like there's always some event going on in this city that van could pull up to and just start handing out stickers and T-shirts by the hundreds at a clip. Jersey, go to Long Island, go to all the surrounding areas of the city and hand these out. It's exposure. It's slap it on the car. It's put a T-shirt on. Whatever it takes. Sweatshirt. Anything. Well, we wanted to ask him about things like that. We took about 4 years off from regular radio. And what I've noticed since coming back to regular radio, especially here in New York, the laziness. Yeah. The laziness of a radio station in general. In general. And I don't mean to piss off people, but I've noticed a drastic change. That's all about sales, and it's not about actually pushing the product out on the streets of New York. Guerrilla marketing, you do hand out the WOW stickers and the Opie and Anthony T-shirts and maybe T-shirts for the other shows around here, and a prize closet. Remember the days you used to have a prize closet and you had a good phone call. You go, hey, buddy, $100 to the Apple Store. Here you go.
We're going to give you a gift certificate to Applebee's.
I don't even think they don't even, what I'm getting at,
They don't even do the basics anymore.
No, the basics are gone.
Completely gone.
The only people that have not gotten lazy in radio is that the sales staff. They are now the alpha male of radio.
Yeah.
They are the jackal, the dominant thing, the roaming the halls, just like biting anything else around that might be creative.
Well, that's why it's a pleasure to do XM satellite radio as well, because as you know, there's not many commercials on satellite. And I'm not trying to turn this into a commercial for XM because they get nervous about that as well.
They get all mad.
But what I will say is that we don't spend our time over there having sales meetings, discussing the latest client, and going over how you read their live read on the air. Mm-hmm. We focus a lot more on trying to make the actual show better. Over here, we don't really do that. It's all about sales.
We end up in a lot of meetings, which, something for me, it's fine. I don't mind meeting with clients and client meetings and stuff. It doesn't bother me. But don't make that the sole thing that you ever talk about.
I'm completely with you. We understand that's part of the job. Of course. But they're not. But they're not doing actual research on the Opie and Anthony show, seeing what New Yorkers like or don't like about the show. They're counting on an archaic way of measuring the audience. Mm-hmm. It's very archaic. Everyone knows. And the rating system it stinks.
And we've said it before, the people that know best about the Opie and Anthony show and when it needs a tweaking or adjusting on how we handle things is Opie and Anthony.
Right.
Like, we've always kind of known if something needs to be adjusted, if we're doing this too much. And it was always, remember in the old days, it was always the balance between sex and discussing other subject matter. And we would sit there sometimes and go, I really think we're hitting the sex thing a little too much.
And we would kind of get that feel.
And we'd back off. And then, like, 3 weeks later, after we've made that adjustment, some suit would come in and go, you guys are just pounding the sex too much on the thing. We go, hey,
and I would
3 weeks ago we realized that and already made adjustments. You are so delayed in your reaction. So that brings us to this
today's
weekend with Steve's meeting with John Minelli and today's list of Opie and Anthony show. Here's the headline.
Ways to improve the program.
Ways to improve the program. Yeah. And then in little brackets, what are those called? Parentheses.
Yeah.
Suggestions by Free FM program director John Minelli.
Okay.
And it's his suggestions on how to make the show better. This is a collection of micromanagement that I just want to burn. This isn't ways to help the show. And number one in itself proves these are stupid ideas.
Well, yeah. And they ignore the stuff that we need to do. Like, the people we're talking to right now want a dose of sex.
Of course they do.
They want sex talk.
Who doesn't want a dose of sex?
They don't want 3 hours of sex talk, but they like maybe a nice segment on a regular basis.
We understand it can't be graphic sex talk either.
They would like to hear girls that are desperate, completely naked, crawling around a studio filled with mouse traps and cash.
Uh-huh.
Just one of the many bits that they said no to.
Can't
For
do
what
that.
reason, I don't know.
A naked girl can't be in this studio.
Why?
Like, how does that work?
And that has nothing to do with the FCC, by the way.
Today,
nothing.
I'm giving $100 to a chick that comes up here and gets completely naked.
Ooh.
I'll just give $100. It's the easiest $100 you're going to earn. Just come up, take your clothes off. I'll give you $100. You leave. No, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to. I don't want your socks or shoes on. Everything. Just get naked. I'll give you $100. You leave. There you go. That's the offer for today.
I'll give an extra 100 if you haven't trimmed up.
Very good. That'll be solely judged on.
Extra 100 for that.
But just for the fact, I want to make a point. I want to show that, yes, a nude girl can be in the studio without everyone losing their friggin' minds and licenses and getting violations and everything else, because there is no FCC rule against having a nude girl in the studio. It's company policy, and I want to flush that one down the goddamn toilet.
There you go. Couldn't say the word faggot for a while. I'm like, boy, Well, that's real smart. You want an edgy talk show, you want an edgy talk show, and they're handcuffing your host by making sure they don't say the word faggot and the N-word. God forbid we say the N-word.
The big N-word that everyone knows what it is now. Walk up to a black guy, by the way, and go, "Hey, you effing N-word." You will get punched in the face just as if you use the word, because now that has become the word.
That's right.
That's become the word.
That's right.
You could have just called it spatula. You could have said, we're changing the N-word to spatula. And then just call them spatulas, and you'd get punched in the face. And they would all be calling each other, "Yo, my spatula." It doesn't. Don't people understand? You've made it into the word. The new word for that is the N-word. Don't you understand it?
We're gonna need electroshock treatment for the entire country. We got to erase that word from everyone's brains. That's the only way that stuff works, you dummies.
A lobotomy.
A lobotomy, sure.
I'd hate to be called a spatula lover.
Wouldn't you? Oh, you spatula lover.
We're going to all be walking around with that C-scar around our temple to get the N-word out of our brains.
Bloody baboons, you cut out his brain. You damn dirty spatulas.
So these are some of the suggestions.
Oh, wait a minute. Does that take care? Yes, number 6. Let me check that off. Jesus Christ.
I thought we were supposed to do the Anthony impressions.
That could be misinterpreted.
Number 6 on the list, more Anthony impressions. So Jimmy and I are in a panic. We're like, how
do you do them?
So I'm a Nazi and paranoid of my neighbors.
That's good. Right?
And I can't load Vista because I'm a dummy.
Hey, okay.
I'm trying to do Anthony impressions. Jimmy, your turn. It says more Anthony impressions.
It says 6 more Anthony impressions. Now, I would be led to believe that would be he wants me to do more impressions, but no. It says more Anthony impressions, so it means Jimmy and Opie and whoever else wants to. You have to do more impressions of me.
All right, here's one. Jews, boo, boo.
I don't think I've ever said that.
Anyway, go ahead.
Number 1 is probably my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess that's why it's number 1.
Can I set this up by saying that I've been doing radio since I was 18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now that I'm in my early 30s, it's been a long time.
I keep forgetting that bit until I hear Jimmy chuckle at you.
What?
You've almost got me sold.
What happened? All right, go ahead. Read number 1. And listen to the laughter out there in radio land.
Now, this is serious.
I know it is.
This isn't a joke.
I know it is.
This is a real list that was put together on how to improve this show.
After reading number 1, I finally realized we're in deep trouble.
Yep.
We are in deep trouble. Let me the micromanaging of the Opie and Anthony show.
Let me fill you in on this, too. We are not a micromanaged program.
No.
We never have been. We've taken management that tries to micromanage us and just blown them off as useless.
Right.
So don't even try this stuff on us. Don't base our show and what we need to do on other people's shows either. That really annoys the crap out of me.
All right, get to number 1.
Number 1. Try broadcasting the show from a more intimate setting. Example, a smaller studio. Opie appears to be on a stage in the current environment. Ant and Jim may feel left out. Now, they want us to do this show from that little box studio down the hallway to give it a more intimate setting. Because Opie appears to be on stage. Let me fill you in on the first days of the Opie and Anthony show from BAB.
Yeah?
Opie has always been behind the board. He works the board. He's always been on what you want to refer to as a stage. I refer to it as the guy that works the board and the show. I was always at some kind of peripheral mic.
Are you calling me a board op?
That's what I said. I want to put that down as a note in A.
Hey, E-Rock, could you dim their lights? Please.
Yeah, please.
Just dim their lights and keep me on
the spotlights really, really bright on Opie, and I want to be in complete darkness. That's it. Now we're talking. Opie's all lit up, and me and Jimmy are in pitch blackness.
You guys are in the shadows where you belong.
Oh, my God.
God, I've been waiting for this day.
It has always been.
I know this is radio, but there's one light left in the studio, and it's shining bright on me. Jimmy, are you over there?
I feel left out.
It's always been Opie runs the show, and I have been on a peripheral microphone adding in what I do, doing what I do. And slowly it built up into the role that I have on the program. When we went to AAF in Boston.
And you talking? Where?
I'm over here.
Where?
Let me have a light so I can, flash it at you so you know where I am at least.
Get Anthony a flashlight.
But not too bright, because I don't want my face lit up. Perish the thought we take you off stage. See, are you going to do a show tune?
This is just proving, this is me on a stage. The other way,
you on a stage.
When the studio's lit up normally and we're in like a triangle formation. Oh, there you are.
There you go.
Hey,
I've lit a lighter in front of me.
Free as a bird, you cannot change.
I have a lighter.
All right. Jimmy's got a Hey, hi, Jimmy.
Flashlight. Hi.
Jim, tell ghost stories. Put it up to your chin.
I'm scared.
Oh, sorry, you don't have one.
I know. I got to put it to my chin. It's just my forehead. like that pyramid in Vegas.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And I've heard a bunch of doozies in my career.
Do you think we want to move to that small studio down the hall? For what reason? Give me the reason. More intimate setting? How about we're allowed to do some things we want to do that needs a big studio?
Yeah.
How about you let us do that? That seems to be a more a viable way of entertaining the listener than putting us in a smaller By the way, think about it.
What?
Smaller studio, more gooder? Mm-hmm. Smaller studio, more gooder.
Ooh, where's the closet?
Where's the littler studio? Maybe just production.
No, right there. Right behind us.
You want to do it from a closet?
Well, that little water closet.
Right. So the smaller the room, the better the show will be. Ooh. Is that what he was getting at?
I guess.
Wait a minute. Just hit number 3 real quick before we get to it. Just let me hit number 3.
All right.
Harry Potter!
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Razzle dazzle.
All right.
He was banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time.
Wow, number 3, more sound effects and bits.
Just effects.
Oh! Whoa!
Look out, truckers out there. We're going to have a report about the icing conditions on some of the big highways out there. And now, number 2 on the list of ways to improve the program.
No. Number 2 is going to have to wait until after the break. But see, I'm not supposed to tell people that because then
that's number 2.
That would be number 5. Don't tease.
But that's also number 2.
What?
Is it? You're also breaking number 2. You're breaking 2 of the cardinal commandments. My God! Thou shalt not announce breaks! These stone tablets were brought down the mountain by a buffoon.
Well,
carved out of a tweed suit.
So
and a tie made out of old women's curtains.
Number 2 says, don't announce break. Seg immediately to break after a funny punchline. Don't warn the listener you're about to go to commercials.
Sounds familiar.
It's supposed to be like after a big laugh or something, you just kind of go to commercial.
Yeah, you just go right to a break after a funny commercial.
Like if
it's called the Costanza.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, like if I do like hey 2 Jews walk into a bar, they own it.
Hear what everyone else is talking about. O&A
And we're back with the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah.
The O&A virus spreading across America. We're taking one of John Minelli's suggestions to heart. And we are now broadcasting from a very, very small room.
Very small studio because number 1 on his list, of course, he gave us a list of ways to improve the program. And number 1, try broadcasting the show from a more intimate setting. Example, a smaller studio. I think they meant the small studio down the hallway. which is just a cracker box.
But we're thinking that's a small studio, and if that's going to make the show better, why not even go smaller to make it just an excellent program?
Even more better. The smaller the studio, apparently, when I get from the smaller the studio, the better the show will be. So we took his advice and really made it our own. We're now here in the bathroom.
Yes, we are.
It is a small, little bathroom. You can wash your hands. Well, wash your hands, because let's just do bathroom stuff.
Look, I don't want to get, it's flu season, and I don't want to, get the flu virus.
That's good. Wash up. Use plenty of soap, Opie.
I was sick last week, and I want to make sure that I'm going to be all right this week.
Yeah.
Feeling much better.
I'm just going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change
Jimmy.
I'm going to empty the garbage.
Hand towels. Thank you. Jimmy,
this is good.
Hand towels.
I'm noticing one thing there. Oh, you dim the lights. That's good, Jim.
Why is Jimmy dimming the lights? Jimmy!
I noticed there's something, there's not much to do in a small setting like this. Like sometimes in a bigger studio with a lot of people and stuff, there seems to be more to do, but in here we're just kind of...
Yeah, but see, the deal is if we're in a small setting like this, we can focus on the show and not be distracted about being on a stage.
It's more intimate.
Under the hot lights.
See, I just saw a camera.
Why does the mirror have to be so big in here? Anyway, so this is one of the many suggestions that John Minelli gave us to make the show better, right?
Yeah, you know something, though? You're not on a stage. I'll give you that.
No, I'm not.
This is pretty much, we are all on equal footing. And that cures 3, too.
Why?
More sound effects.
Oh, sound effects.
Wah, wah. What's under here?
I don't know what's in here.
Oh, let's clean the toilet.
Cleaning supplies? Yeah, like you're going to clean the...
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to clean the toilet.
We need to do a bit. Open the toilet, Jim.
Oh, yeah, that's right. More bits.
Little 8 jacks.
Ooh.
Shaking it. Oh, wacky horn. Because this is so zany. We're in the bathroom, and I'm cleaning the toilet, and I'm a millionaire.
What? Are you insane?
I'm crazy, Opie. Beat that horn. Oh. This is insanity. Sound effects, a smaller studio, and Anthony doing an impression of an old Mexican woman. There we go.
You must be insane today. You hate germs.
But hold that mic, Jimmy.
All right.
Now I'm going to wash my hands because I'm a germaphobe.
Hold on. I gotta like...
Oh. Yeah, you got to... Ow, that's hot.
Are you allowed to say flush the toilet, or are they going to dump out of that as well?
Water closet.
Water closet? All right, very good.
This is good. This right now is just... I can see the ratings just flying through the roof. Let me dry them with some paper towels.
Someone put the S word and span back under the...
Yes, we don't want to say that. It's derogatory.
Oh, yeah. All right, anyway.
Thank you.
So what are some of the other suggestions? We're taking the first one.
Opie. Wow, it's small in here. We're in a real small studio.
Just trying to help out, being a little wackier.
Well, I certainly don't feel like I'm on a stage, thank God. So might as well turn the lights off so no one's on a stage.
Oh.
We could play...
romantic.
We could play a little game.
Just feel around. See what men touch.
Anyway, what are some of the other suggestions that were given to us?
Well, I think we ran through number 2.
Number 2 is don't announce break. Say immediately to break after a funny punchline.
See, that's from a Seinfeld episode, I believe, where George wanted to leave the room on a high note.
Right.
So you go, thank you, I'm done. And you kind of just walk out of the room. But this is also done on other programs. I've never liked it myself.
No.
Where you don't know a break is coming. Someone says something, everyone kind of laughs, and then it goes...
Right. Well, we like...
The Opie and Anthony show.
We like if there's a big laugh happening on the show. We like to enjoy that laugh for a while. It's a little different than other shows. Other people have to punch out right away when they get their laugh. What's that?
Yeah.
Ooh,
a seat?
Oh, no. Look, see, already things are changing.
Thank you.
Opie just got a stool, and it says a stage for Opie. Now, you're the only one sitting, and that kind of makes you...
Jimmy,
I'll sit on the toilet.
No,
let me sit on the bowl.
Jimmy deserves to sit on the toilet.
Sit on the garbage pail, Jimmy. Wow, we're getting right back into our ways. Opie's got a real seat. I'm on a toilet.
Yeah.
And Jimmy's sitting in the garbage.
So don't announce break. Say immediately to break after a funny punchline. Don't warn the listener you're about to go to commercial. Surprise them.
Should be a big surprise.
What are they doing? Close our studio door.
Snapping pictures. Isn't there an on-the-air light outside this bathroom?
More sound effects and bits. They want that.
They want more sound effects.
They want...
So I say every 3 minutes.
Just out of nowhere?
Just a little wacky horn.
The first 30 minutes of the show should be a rundown of what's to come. What's the primary focus of that day's show? What is it going to be? And announce it within the first 30 minutes.
Isn't that a contradiction of don't do a laundry list of what you're going to do for the first 30 minutes? Because then if people enjoy what you've said or don't enjoy it, they'll just leave.
Well, number 5, don't tease. Teasing segments is dangerous because it gives people a chance to punch out.
Perish the thought you keep people listening a little longer.
Perish the thought you say you're going to do My Baby is Black sometime this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to make people punch out.
Don't tease.
You got to tease the right things is what it comes down to. And then, of course, more Anthony impressions.
Which means you and Jimmy have to do impressions of me because it doesn't say more impressions by Anthony or Anthony does more impressions. It says more Anthony impressions. So apparently you guys aren't holding up your end by doing impressions of me.
All right, I'll do an impression of you.
Oh, my back. Oh, I was picking up my wallet. Oh.
That's so hacky. Wait a minute.
Stop it. Wait a minute. And we all know that could also be an Opie impression.
Anyway.
Just give me a break.
Hey, how about that Super Bowl, huh?
Well, let me tell you.
I'm sorry, Chicago. I told you, Anthony told you about my sports curse.
Yeah. Opie picked Chicago.
Yep.
And we all said it was the sports curse was in full play, and they lost.
I don't have my believers out there. I have a weird sports curse. It happens every time. I haven't picked a Super Bowl winner. I couldn't even tell you the last time.
No.
I couldn't even tell you the last time I picked a winner.
And you're a complete jinx for the city that you live in.
Right.
Like, you don't even have to pick it. If you're living there... You were in Buffalo during those...
all 4 years.
Yeah, all 4 years.
Yeah, and then I followed the Patriots when they lost back in the day. And then the Giants when they lost back in the day.
Sports curse.
Sound effects.
Oh, man, who's touched this?
Oh, wash your hands again. At least it's convenient. We can just wash. This is great. This is an OTD studio. We can just wash our hands constantly. I like it.
You might have to get off that seat.
I'm going to have to wash my...
Can we switch seats?
You want to sit on the bowl?
Well...
Yeah, I'll sit on the stage. Wow, that's cool. I got Opie's stage. Nice. And people, oh, God, you better listen in, people, because you never know when we're going to a break, either. Something could just happen, and bam, we're gone.
Right.
We're gone.
What's wrong, Jimmy?
What's up, Jim?
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, this is really uncomfortable. Opie, he's sitting on the toilet bowl now. When I was sitting there, I had the lids, both of them, completely down, so I was just sitting on the top.
Right.
Opie decided to open up the top one, pull his pants down, and actually sit down on the toilet.
I'm multitasking.
You're a multitasker.
He's a method actor.
No, there's no method acting going on here.
No. This room is studio, excuse me.
It's our new studio, Anthony.
This studio is much too small for you to pull those shenanigans.
Yeah.
If you want to do that kind of business, I suggest you go into the big studio and do it in your old chair on the stage.
Let's see. So everyone's talking about the Super Bowl today.
Yeah.
And we talked about my sports curse, which is really, really true. It happens every time.
We're doing a sports break now.
We're going to be taking phone calls from Chicago. How are we going to
take calls in here? Cell phones?
Here, open that door for a second. Is anybody calling the show? Yeah. Yeah? We don't have headphones, though, so I don't know how we're going to hear them.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you what they're saying.
What are they saying,
I'll
Dan?
just tell you what.
Dan is back where I usually sit on the stage.
Wow.
Let's see. Somebody wants to talk about Tyra.
Tyra, okay.
Somebody thinks you shouldn't change a thing about the show.
Okay. That must be Eric Logan from XM Satellite Radio. There seems to be a conflict. One of the companies we work for love us, and the other company doesn't know what the hell is the problem.
Yeah. And somebody thinks that going to the break hot sucks.
Of course it sucks.
Of course it does.
By the way, we will not be taking any of these suggestions in the end. Thank you, Than. I got to close the studio door again.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's
the on-the-air light's on. Come on, shut that door.
Yeah.
Now my mic cord's stuck in the door.